I love the new year because really it's a blank slate. It's a fresh start. This is an opportunity for you to truly let go of those things that may have held you back in the past. Or maybe if you had a great year and you really saw some things go your way, we can still keep building upon that, but it's all based upon your perspective. So what is your outlook for this year? I'm excited to talk about this, man.
And realistically, man, like when you look at it, like your outlook, okay, are we on God's outlook for our lives, or are we on what the world's saying? You know, and
Absolutely.
I think that's the important like topic today is like when we're looking at that question, what's your outlook? We have to understand that God is speaking right now.
Amen.
And when God's speaking right now, we have to be the ones to say, okay, this is what my outlook is of what he's saying, and this is what my outlook is of what I need to do to birth the words that he's saying. But we have people who have this outlook of, well, it's the world saying this, somebody said this, and we're afraid of the backlash. You know, so then people don't speak out. People just stay idle. How many people, you know, take like a week, that first week of the new year, and it's like, man, I'm gonna pray stronger. I'm gonna hit the gym harder. It's like, I'm gonna do this, and this better. And it lasts like a week. It's like a phase. And then, like I always say this to you, the gym is like crazy busy. Like
That's right.
The first week of the new year. And then like, I'm like, where'd all those people go?
After like 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, if 3 weeks, man.
True.
And maybe more like a week and a half, like, you know, and you're like, where did all these people go? You know, everyone has these New Year's resolutions that last a week. And you're like, you know, it makes you think, man, like, I do not want to be this way spiritually with God. What is our outlook?
That's good.
That's the important part.
Yeah, and I think to that, man, this year is about doing things differently. I don't know about you, Matt, but it just, and maybe you were watching online, but this year just feels different. We are on the cusp of something great getting ready to happen. And, you know, one of the things that has kind of been my pet peeve already that I've seen is, yes, you've had people who have been afraid to speak out and be bold, but you've also had the other side of people who have been speaking out and been bold, and they're starting to get a little tired. So I keep hearing this. I've already been hearing this actually just the first few days into the new year is, well, this is happening or this is in the works, but don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
You know, or we got a lot of work to do, or this is still going on. We still got to get past this thing. And, you know, one thing came to my mind while I was hearing this from different shows and, you know, different talking heads is this: we are severely underestimating the supernatural power of God. And this year, I truly believe we are getting ready to see the hand of God and God intervening like we've never seen before. In this country, this generation, this past 20 years, decade, whatever. And even in your own life, we are getting ready to see God move supernaturally like we have never seen before. But our outlook, like we were talking about, has to be in such a way and perfectly aligned with the perspective of God, because when we align our outlook with God, then guess what? We are living our lives in a way that is completely moved by faith. And I heard this phrase before. It says you have to live your life in such a way that it forces God to produce a miracle. That is faith, man, and that is living by faith. And you cannot, I implore you, don't get caught up in the, well, this might happen, but don't get your hopes up. Or we still got a lot of work to do. Or, and have this mindset of, well, you know, I don't want to have too much hope in this thing. I don't want to have too much faith because, well, Anthony, you know, we tried this over here and it got shut down. We tried this over there and it's still not working. That is a completely wrong attitude to have in this moment. We've played a lot of different sports, but I remember a lot of different games, man, where it seemed like the other team was just getting blown out, but they kept pushing, they kept pushing, they kept pushing. And by the end of the game, what matters is the final score. It's not what matters in process. It's the end result that we're going for, folks. And just in your own life, yes, it may seem tough, But you have to keep that outlook where you don't lose faith, you don't lose hope. Because just before that buzzer ends, you're getting ready to see God move on your behalf in such a mighty way. And that is